Welcome to Time Well Spent, a podcast from LaborSync, the only real-time, multilingual timesheet software your business will ever need. Imagine you lose a five-star review.
Oh, the worst.
Right. And not because your team did, shoddy work or anything, but just because your front office took, I don't know, 3 days to figure out when your crew actually showed up to the site.
Yeah, that happens way too often.
It really does. We usually treat scheduling and, time tracking as this annoying back office chore, just something we endure to run payroll. But today on Time Well Spent, we're unpacking a really interesting insight from a recent LaborSync blog article.
And it's a total perspective shift.
Exactly. The article argues that your time tracking system is actually your most vital customer service tool.
Yeah, the blog article uses this great iceberg analogy. So think of your business like an iceberg. The customer only sees the tip, right?
Just the polite greeting and the finished project.
Exactly, the final handshake. But underneath the water, there's this massive foundation of internal systems keeping everything afloat. And if that foundation is just scattered group text and educated guesses about where your crew is...
Then the whole iceberg is inherently unstable.
Right. And when it tips, it just drags the entire customer experience down with it.
I mean, I've seen that firsthand. You hire a contractor and they say they'll arrive sometime Tuesday morning.
Classic.
Right. Then they roll up at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
And then they spend 15 minutes digging through this messy, disorganized van, just trying to find the right gauge wire.
It just sets a terrible tone right from the start.
It really does. But I want to push back for a second. Couldn't a business owner argue that internal chaos just proves they're highly in demand and super busy? Why should we treat predictability as this luxury feature instead of just a scheduling perk?
Well, because managing a busy crew through a 400-message group text thread is basically playing a high-stakes game of telephone with your reputation.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I mean, true luxury in service is replacing ambiguity with reliability. When you have a centralized system, you aren't just guessing anymore.
You have actual data.
Exactly. You can tell a client, Mark is scheduled for your project at 9:15 a.m. That exactness shows a deep respect for the client's time, and ultimately, that's what creates a premium experience.
Right. And you have to carry that exactness all the way to the finish line, which is payment.
Oh, yes. The billing phase.
Because the quickest way to ruin all that trust you just built is what the LaborSync blog article calls the mystery bill.
I hate the mystery bill.
We all do. It's that vague invoice you get with a $2,000 lump sum just slapped next to the word labor. I mean, relying on a tired supervisor doing Friday afternoon data entry to remember what a crew did on Monday morning.
It's a recipe for disaster.
It inevitably leads to paper chaos and billing based on memory and guesswork.
And the psychology behind that is critical. A vague bill just automatically puts the customer on the defensive.
Right. They feel like they're being taken advantage of.
Exactly. But accurate, real-time digital billing shifts that dynamic entirely. When an invoice details exactly who was on site and for the precise duration, it changes the conversation.
It stops being an argument over hours.
Yeah, and it becomes a transparent receipt of value. And beyond billing, a digital communication system creates a permanent record that really removes friction.
Like how?
Well, say a field employee snaps a photo in their app of a rusted pipe to justify upgrading to a copper fitting. That visual proof is instantly locked into the system.
Oh, so if the client questions the cost 3 months later?
The office just pulls up the photo. No chasing down technicians. You prove immediately that you sweat the details.
Okay, I love that. But if I'm running a business, I might not even realize my systems are failing until a client actually complains.
Right, the blind spots.
Yeah. So how do we diagnose this paper chaos before it turns into a disaster?
Well, the blog article gives you a way to audit this immediately using 4 stress tests. The first one is the wait test. Basically, clock how long it actually takes a customer to get a meaningful response.
Oh, so if it's delayed, it usually means your team is just digging through disparate systems to find basic info.
Exactly. Second is the invoice test. If a client demands proof of hours for last week's work, can you pull the exact GPS stamp data in under 60 seconds?
And if you can't, it means your system relies on memory, not facts.
Right. Which naturally leads into the third stress test.
Where's Waldo? Test.
Yes, the Where's Waldo. Test measures visibility. You should be able to pinpoint your crew's locations using GPS without having to interrupt their work with a phone call.
That is huge. And what's the fourth one?
Finally, there is the feedback loop. You just ask your team what their biggest daily bottleneck is.
Oh, because the friction slowing them down internally is the exact same friction delaying your customers.
You nailed it. It's an uncomfortable truth, but what annoys your employees is usually what frustrates your clients.
It really is, which brings us to a question for you to think about. What is one internal bottleneck you are currently ignoring because you wrongly assume the customer can't see it? Because trust me, they can feel the chaos of that messy van even if they never look inside. This episode of Time Well Spent was brought to you by LaborSync. Track employee hours and job site locations in real time from any device. Start your risk-free trial today at laborsync.com.